Beep boop. And hi everyone, my name is Stormi the Folf, and today we're gonna do Q&A number 6. If you don't know what these Q&A videos are about, this is where I answer various questions commented by my subscribers in my last video, as well as questions asked on my Q&A Twitter post. Also, I'm still working on the red screen chroma key, the thing. I'm still working on adding the badges. I haven't added them yet because I'm still trying to figure out where to put them and how to make them fit on my screen without looking too cluttered and messy. I really hope I can figure this out, so if you have any idea on what I should do with the badges and the screen, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, anyway, without further to potato, let's start with the questions. What do you think about people who have multiple personas? The more the merrier, I say. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having multiple personas, and it's more common than you might think. I actually have multiple personas myself, but I haven't gone public with them yet because they're either not finalized or they are secret personas, like for my secret suit whenever I get one. If you were to live in another part of the US, where would it be and why? I feel like I've answered this one in the past, so I guess I'll answer it again. I really want to move somewhere to connect with a closer furry community because there aren't a lot of furries where I live, and all my friends kind of moved away for the most part, so I'm like depressy spaghetti, and somewhere that is much safer than where I'm sitting. But where exactly? I'm not too sure yet. But it definitely isn't in Mississippi. What's the reason behind those cute multicolored eyes? Another question I think I've answered in the past, but again, I'll answer it again. You see, Stormi represents who I want or aspire to be. Someone who is confident and not afraid to goof up or mess around, and has blue eyes. Outside of suit, I have brown eyes, so this is me out of suit and this is me in suit, if that makes sense. Stormi's personality partially represents who I am, but at the same time also represents who I want to be, which is goofy and confident about myself. Something I'm still working on, but I'm getting better at it. What made you want to be a furry YouTuber? Before I started this channel, I played around with the idea of reviewing cheap electronics, knockoff toys, or even writing music. I settled on furry YouTubing because I noticed the community seemed super awesome, but at the same time, there was a void that needed to be filled. There's not enough furry advice content out there, and I wanted to help fill in the gap. When will you make a video on how to clean a fursuit? I am going to make a video on how to clean or take care of a fursuit. It's just with the way things are set up currently in my home, properly filming on how to clean a fursuit would be very, very tricky because it's kind of cramped. This will happen though, probably after I move. And again, this idea has been on my magical list of video ideas for centuries, so stay subscribed, stay tuned, and I will eventually get to this. What state do you live in? The one that starts with the letter M is commonly misspelled and pretty much ranks first in everything bad and last in everything good. What is your favorite worst movie? That would have to be Master of Disguise. Yes, I know it is a god-awful terrible movie, do not want, but I can't help but be amused by a few of its scenes. It's so cheesy, so poorly written, it's all around awful. And yet I enter a giggle fit with one of its running gags. I'd post it, but at the same time, I don't want to get flagged because of copyright infringement. Copyright, huh? More like copy wrong, am I right? Is ComicCon a fun convention? Are you referring to San Diego Comic-Con, or New York Comic-Con, or Baltimore Comic-Con? There are a lot of Comic-Cons, and many times Comic-Con is a vague term used to describe any sci-fi/anime/comic convention, so I don't know how to answer this one because I need a specific convention you're talking about. But Comic-Cons in general are pretty fun, if that helps. If I had planned to get a fursuit for my persona, I would definitely opt for a really, really short tail as opposed to a really long tail. Reason being, while floor draggers are indeed awesome, they are until you realize how much they get stepped on and ripped apart by other con-goers who either do it by accident or just do it out of spite. Yeah. If you have a floor dragger tail, chances are it's been stepped on at least 200 times at this point. How did you find your suit maker? Lots and lots of research and time. I had to figure out what my options were financially speaking, because most people don't have thousands to throw around for a complete full suit. I wanted to find a suit maker that I felt would do Stormi justice in terms of style. So I opted for Splinter Fox because of how big and detailed the eyes are, along with how smooth her bases are, and at the time the financial plans she offered to help pay off my fursuit. If you're looking for a suit maker, do tons and tons and tons of research and probably click the video up here. I have come to understand the importance of handlers, and given the almost endless videos on what to do and what not to do regarding fursuiters. Should handlers be more of a priority when suiting? Should there be panels about it? Yes and yes. If I remember correctly, there have been panels in the past where a host would show you how to be a proper fursuit handler. There are a lot of things you have to focus on at the same time when you're being a handler. It's not just walk around with your fluffy furry friendo and do whatever you want. What's up with the cheek swirls? My swirls are blue because I like Sonic too much, and they're swirly because the Sega Dreamcast is one of my favorite consoles. That's where these swirls come from, and they're blue because I like Sonic, and I'm repeating myself, something I do a lot. How did you find out about Sonic? What made you like it so much? Why do you like Tails so much? I found out about Sonic when I was 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, I'm an old doggo, so that was a long time ago. I don't remember it clearly, but I got hooked on it because he was so fast, blue, and the games were just so friggin' colorful. I like Tails a lot because, well, I feel he's relatable. He loves to fix things, but at the same time, he's really shy and timid about what he does or when it comes to talking to other people. Plus, he's adorable. He's got 2 tails, come on. How can you not like that? Where do you see the fandom in 10 to 20 years? Do you see it growing? I think things like VR and advanced fursuit tech are going to make a huge impact on the furry fandom 10 to 20 years from now. If you've seen the movie Ready Player One, I think we'll eventually have an online world like that, minus the surrounding dystopia outside of the virtual world, I would hope anyway. But yeah, it's gonna grow a lot. And the internet itself has more or less caused the furry fandom to boom in the last decade or so. What would you do for a Klondike Bar? A face reveal? Nah, just kidding. There will be one though. I just can't say where or when it'll happen. How do fursuiters walk through stuff like grass, sand, and so on without ruining their suits? Is the material really that resilient? This is a really good question. While it's true that most fursuits can take a minor beating when it comes to things like dirt, mud, and a little bit of snow, I suspect if the suit is immediately washed and cleansed afterwards, it should be okay. Reason being, the faux luxury shag fur used on suits is made up of plastic fibers, and again, good quality luxury shag will hold up a lot better through washes as opposed to the cheapest fur you can find. Might be a different case, however, if your fursuit has spray painted markings. This is where you really want to be careful. And again, I could be wrong, but again, that's just my opinion. I'm still doing research on the subject, so if anybody wants to chime in about this, please let me know in the comments below. How do I potato? Easy. Just be me. Sleep for only a few hours a night. Forget to eat or drink food during the day. And once you've done it long enough, you will become a full potato. And by that, I mean please don't do this. Get enough sleep every night. Have 3 meals a day. Being a potato is overrated and honestly bad for your health, so yeah, don't potate. What is your favorite song?
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow.
What do you find weird about the fandom? The way some of us have to make it out to be a popularity contest and literally nothing else. Because it's not one, nor should it ever be. I like trains. Do you like trains? Yes and no. I like the sound of various choo-choos and the rumbles they emit as they travel across the railroad, where they go like that. But I'm not a fan of the part where I get stuck in traffic because of a stopped train and I gotta go to the bathroom! My question is, what is the question? You know, I was gonna answer that, but you didn't add proper question mark punctuation, therefore, it's not a question. Therefore, I can't answer it. That or you're messing with my head. You're trying to confuse me. In which case, stop trying to confuse. Have you got any collabs planned in the future? Oh gosh, more than I could ever count. Tons of collabs in the works right now. I can't talk about them yet, but they are coming. What are some of your favorite persona species in the fandom? Oh gosh, Manokits, Sotaroos, Kangaroos, Folfs, and Protogens, to name a few. What would you do when you hit 1 million subscribers? How is it like to see in a fursuit head? This wildly varies depending on how the eyes on your fursuit head are constructed. In my case, things are a little blurry and dark, but I'm not totally impaired from seeing or reading things. With some suits, however, your vision is either completely colorized, it's super blurry, or you just have no vision at all and you gotta look through your muzzle or rely on digital means like a built-in camera somewhere. What was the most memorable storm/hurricane you have experienced in your life? From Hurricane Katrina, I saw things that most people will never get to see unless they're a first responder. 7 days with no electricity, 2 months of no school. Lots and lots of people lost their jobs. It's something I hope to never experience again. It was not fun, not even slightly. Would you do a ballet? I have the flexibility of a 2x4, so unfortunately I can't, even if I tried. Who are your favorite furry artists? Oh goodness, I could never choose a favorite, but a few of my go-to artists would have to be Nemi Scribbles and Blue Wolf Studios. And that's all the questions I have for this Q&A. If you want to ask me questions that pertain to the furry fandom, or about my interest, or what I do, just type hashtag Q&A and your question in the comments below, and maybe I'll answer it. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, maybe leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to voice chat with me in some of my live streams, see deleted scenes and other kinds of cool perks, check out my Patreon page below in the description. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!